Live. Okay, thanks for letting us know. Can everyone note that in their log books, please? Thank you. Maybe he won't come back. What madness. Thank you for your face turquoise music note. Okay, AZ Mick, we need to learn something new about you. Favorite candy. What's your favorite candy, AZ Mick? What's up? What's up, Eddie? And Rex. I'm solo right now. Jim's not joining us this morning. He is volunteering at the old folks' home. Or he's being put in the old folks' home. I don't know which one. This is some sort of private joke, I guess. Is AC Mick going to tell us what his favorite candy is? We'll wait. I'll put this out there. If anyone wants to fill Jim's spot, message me and I'll send you a link. I picked up a lot. Okay, there we go. Noted. And very timely because next month is Halloween. So make sure you store up on some Almond Joys. So AZ Mick, when he comes to visit your house for Halloween, you give him the candy he wants. Thank you. There you go. Hey Mick. No, wait, I'm trying to click on that. Nice haircut. Periodically I'll shave my head. It's liberating and it's cheap. I don't have to pay anyone to do it. Request someone. I said if anyone wants to come up. What? I don't understand. Is everyone in their own individual stream this morning? What's up, Bill? How you doing? I hope everything's well. Matt? Who's Matt? I'm just going to sit here and talk like a driveling idiot this morning. You know, before I come up, I do watch the Ingroove's new release video. I know that Coltrane Love Supreme mono is released, the new reissue. I actually saw one at a store for $79, but it literally looked like a hobo copy. But even those hobo copies, I mean, $79, that's cheap for a G minus copy. That record goes for a lot of money. Oh, Matt's here. Matt, you switched your name. You change it. What's the deal? I don't know. I haven't noticed you before, Jerome. Where are you from and what's your deal? Let us know so we can get to know you. While we're waiting, if anyone wants to join me, while we're waiting, let's get to know people. Okay? So, Jerome, we need to know about you so people can befriend you. Rajesh, the reissue is like $40, I think. It's part of that Verve reissue series, new campaign that they're doing. What's up, Eddie? Hey, Vance. How's it going, Vance? Did you see a show last night? Let us know in the comments below. I'll start showing a lot of the records I picked up over the last week because I picked up some good crap. Here's a good one I picked up. I know a lot of you don't like the jazz, but this is a very hard to find jazz record, this Harlem Bush music. Gary Bart's. But there's a collection. I went to a store where the owner of the records decided to take a red marker and write as big as they could that this was their record. So I tried. I faded it pretty good. And what I did on this case, it's a case by case. I got those drafting erasers that the late great Billy of Billy's Record Salon recommended to me to use. But they might take off some of the printing ink. But all I did was take a paper towel and use rubbing alcohol, and that kind of took up most of the red ink on this cover. So, and on the back, it kind of took it off pretty good. Not all the way, but the raving maniac who used to own this record thought no one would ever take it. Well, I have it now, and you writing your name on it didn't do anything. Here, okay, I had a text exchange with the king moron, Rich. I don't even know if Rich is here. Rich, are you here? And he is very determined to get the records he wants. And I kind of put it on him that I don't go looking for the records I want. I find the records I want. I just go out with not knowing what I'm going to find, and then I end up finding records. Case in point, yesterday, I'm not a big Grail person. I'm not a Grail person, but I found a record I have been looking for, which is a hard record to find. This record right here, Chick Corea, Tones for Jones Bones, on the Vortex label, which I think was Herbie Mann's label. And at one point, the great Mark Glassman, I think this is like one of his favorite records, and he would show this a lot in the Jazz Bums Discord. I think at one point when he was showing it, it was $100 record. It has dropped considerably. There's a twofer you can get. I forget the title. It's like a side profile yellow of Chick Corea that has this, like a $15 record. But this has dropped considerably. But I found a copy, really nice condition for not a lot of money. So I'm very happy I found this. Did I know I was going to find it? No. And to Bill's point, finding it was awesome. I didn't go out yesterday looking for it. It was just put away in my brain that this was something I was going to find. Here's another case in point when you're looking for records. This record. I had seen it at the store I saw it at. It still was there. And this is a record that was recorded in 1964. And no label wanted it. So Randy Weston released it himself. And then in 72, Atlantic picked it up and released it. And this was this release, and it's a great record. So after streaming and listening to it, I picked it up. There you go. That light is the source of all my power. Right there. It gives me the strength to deal with all you people. That's what that is. Man, if it's 2 hours of me just doing this, you're in for a show, people. So if anyone wants to come up, message me. I'll send you a link. All right. Here's another person. Is this a Christopher we know and you've changed your handle, or you're a new Christopher? Hold on one second. Let me know. Hold on. I'm trying to find what it. Well, it is Atlanta. Vortex is a label that was the label they gave Herbie Mann. So it is Warner Brothers. It's Atlantic. I don't believe you. How can we tell if you're the real Christopher? How many holes are in the average piece of Swiss cheese? There you go. Maybe we'll find out. Well, the one I show a lot, yeah, I've never seen in the wild before. That was the first time, and I found it, and it was a good price. Here's a good record, and I've never heard of this. Does anyone know this one? I'm not even gonna in Haluko Distress, the Soul Jazzman. So apparently, this is a Cape Jazz, South African jazz record from 1969. It's never sold on Discogs. I think like 60 people own it. Very rare record. But in 2012, this was reissued. That's what this is. And now that reissue is hard to find for some reason. And I found it yesterday. So I have not, a lot of these records I have not listened to yet. But apparently this reissue, there you go. If Bobby Gass is the expert at Trivia Night. Okay. I'm talking about Swiss cheese, man. Yeah, but the ECM records, I have those. But that is a kick-ass record. Woody Shaw's on it. It really is a very good record. So I don't know if anyone knows about this record here. Does anyone know? Man, it's sad. Okay, I'm just checking. Here's another one. I don't know this one. I think it's Jazz Fusion. Before a word is said, still in the shrink. And this goes for a little bit of dough. I found it cheap on the Europa Records from Florida. Florida. How's a company call themselves Europa Records from Florida? I don't know. I found some nice old jazz. You know that, Oakenfield? This? Canterbury Musicians? Conceived with musician pieces, contribute to rehearsal. This is yeah, I don't know this, but it's desirable. No one needs to rescue me. I just do better with people coming up here and reacting to what they say. Yes and no. I found I went to one last week and the records were pretty shitty. There were a lot of classical records, but they weren't in good condition. But I did find this Modern Jazz Quartet CD box, 40th anniversary. So, I mean, yes and no. I kind of feel the estate sales nowadays, if an estate manager finds a record collection, maybe they reach out to other people. Oh, you want to see that? I'll show that right here. What am I talking about? Yeah, I already have this. I think I have a mono of it, but I found this really nice stereo. And nothing, I think, in my opinion, with regards to jazz, nothing is prettier than the Impulse label, like an OG Impulse. Nothing's prettier than that. And then a white label promo is prettier than that. This is a Van Gelder. And this is just Mingus, I think, improving on a piano. I'm not getting a storage unit. I'll get rid of half the records in a quick way before I do that. Yeah, this is an OG. And I'm probably selling this. So I have a couple more OGs. Here's another one. This is not an OG. This is a later pressing. More Blues and the Abstract Truth, Oliver Nelson. And this is when ABC picked it up. But this is a Van Gelder stereo. I have a mono. I have an OG mono of this in my collection. This is an upgrade copy for my collection. This is my favorite Horace Silver record. This is an OG mono. Let's turn it around like that. OG mono with a P, plasticine ear, New York label, everything you want, and very clean. Dan Gelder and a mono. So this is an upgrade copy to what I have because I have I think a later pressing that's a stereo. Herc, why don't you behave yourself? And this is an upgrade copy for my collection. This is a mono. And here, promo. And here's what's cool about the Verve promos. Yellow label promo. Mono. Van Gelder. And the Dead Wax. So I'm very happy. This is an upgrade copy. Well, I have a stereo. I think I have the reissue. So this is an upgrade. Okay. I will show this. So I got a record in the mail from Kraft. They sent me this Tony Rice unit, Backwaters. It came yesterday, so I haven't listened to it yet. I think this came out last week or the week before. And I get these, Gravy Train. I get these and I write a blurb for Record Collector News. So I work for the record to help promote it. And this is bluegrass. I do like bluegrass. Kevin Gray did this. I don't know if anyone is into this stuff, but that's kind of cool. And his original records go for some money. What is this? Here's the funny thing, Angelo. I'm gaining more Irish viewers. I don't know what that means. Does that mean anything? I get free records, but I also pay for a shitload more records. Hey, I did pretty good. I'm gotten 17 minutes into the show. If you're free, Tim, come on up here. But I know you're probably working. He hates Irish people. This guy right here. All right, this is cool. This is cool part of pickup. And I have another mosaic box somewhere around here. I hope I can find it. I found this mosaic box, the complete Johnny Hedges sessions. It's 5 LPs in this mosaic box. And here's something I just discovered. And I don't know, by the way, I have number 1,473 out of 7,500 pressings of this. Here's something I did not know that I don't know if all the mosaic vinyl is this. And these are extra clean. They look like they have not been played. But here's what I didn't know about these mosaic boxes. They're translucent vinyl. Everyone, mark this down in your logbooks. Translucent vinyl. I didn't know that. I didn't try it out on my other mosaic boxes. Chick Corea made an album called The Leprechaun. So this is cool, this box. And I have a Herbie Nichols box somewhere around here. Let's see what else. Oh, this came in the mail. So Jazz Bum Chris on one of the Jazz Bum streams showed this record. He accidentally somehow got 2 of these. I ordered this from Canada. From a seller on Discogs in Canada. But somehow it came from, I guess they have a location in New York that sends to the US. So this is Bob Thiel's Emergency Head Start. And I don't think this is a comp. I think it's just an all-star 2 LP Bob Thiel jazz record with different lineups, like an all-star lineup. And it's a white label promo. Again, it came in the mail yesterday, so I have not listened to this. So I have a lot of records to clean and listen to. Cool. That's cool. They ship. It wasn't a Niagara Falls exact, but I'm sure it was a northern New York city. Here's a good record. This is an OG. I might upgrade if this is better than the one I have. This Duke Ellington is a great record, and it's a dedication after Billy Strayhorn passed away. And here's another pretty label. These RCA Victor Deep Groove labels are very nice. And this is pretty damn clean. So I might upgrade the copy I have of this. Let's see what else we got here. I have to get this and move this around. Yes, Rich, get ready for action. Let's see what else I can show. I haven't removed all the price. I don't want to show them with the price stickers. So here's a cool one. This is Art Blakey. This is a trio with Sonny Stitt and not a trio, quartet. McCoy Tyner, Sonny Stitt, and Art Davis and Art Blakey. These are these late 80s reissues that are digital, but they're on that translucent audiophile vinyl. These usually sound excellent. And I didn't notice this. Again, they wrote their name or whatever that is on the inner sleeve. I don't know what that means. Someone could just crumple and throw this away. What's going on there? Who are you calling Slim 45? And do you just sit in your room making up nicknames for people? Yeah, these are not Dyna. Is that Dynaflex? Maybe it is. Yeah. Dyna Groove. Dynaflex is the flippy one. That's not that. That's Dyna Groove. Okay? Dyna Groove. Get it straight. Okay. Oh, because sometimes he sort of looks like him. Okay. All right. This is a cool record right here. No, Dynaflex, late 60s. Because in my experience, there are fantasy records. I have Creedence records that are on that same material, but it's a different company. So there's the late 60s. Here's a Booker Irvin. Booker Brass. It's a big kind of brass band record on Booker Irvin. There he is on Pacific Jazz. I have this already. And then I buy a shit ton of records. You're correct. But I sell them. I'm replenishing because the last auction was over 100 records were won. So I'm just replenishing for the next one, which I already have enough. I'm just trying to put a lot more A-list titles in the next auction. So that's my plan. This, I think, this is a recent Blue Note Records. Bill Frisell 4. A double LP. I think this is 2022 release on Blue Note. So I found that. This is a really hold on. Next one. Here's a good one. These Pat Martino Muse records are usually generally good. I think this is my favorite one with Richard Davis and Billy Hart and Gil Goldstein. This is a really good one. I don't think this will be part of the reissue series that is coming out because it's not that hard to find. But most of his Muse releases are really good. Let's see this funny joke from Rex. The LA record stores have a 3-day blackout period for Rob per month. They're getting complaints. I'm more trying to go 4 days a week, maybe. But I'll be honest with you, okay? So here's my deal today. Yesterday I went out. I went to some stores. I had lunch with Jim. We met up for lunch. And then I went to 3 stores. Today I will go to stores, but my main goal, and let me know, you please do not lie, my main goal is to go and get that cat's eye sandwich from Jollibee. That's my main goal today. What is your goal? If no one has this record, it's awesome. Horace Arnold's a drummer. I think he made, in my knowledge, he mainly played with Billy Hart. But I have a bunch of his solo records. This is a really good one on Columbia. But this record, they misidentified Billy Harper as Joe Farrell, who both are on this record. But that's Joe Farrell's a white man. That's Billy Harper. And if you ever see this is a good record. Yes. I have this already, so this will probably be my next auction. Man, I did pick up a lot of records. Let's see what else is here. Show those. Move that over there. This is a good find. Okay. This Don Friedman Trio Flashback. This is probably the most likely way you'll find these are Japanese reissues. I have one OG, which is so hard to find. But his records are good on Riverside. And he's kind of his avant-garde. I think this might be more straight ahead. God, someone's here to save all of you from me just yammering. Here he is.
I was kind of upset you being all alone. I felt bad.
No, you weren't. But I think Jazz Bum Chris and Felipe both have this, and I found a copy. And I'm excited because I have like 4 of his records. They're really good stuff.
Keeping up with the Jazz Bums, is that it?
No. I mean, I buy so many records. Maybe they keep up with me. How about that? Did you ever think of that?
I don't think anyone keeps up with you.
No.
I don't
I'm
hate jazz.
all by myself.
I don't hate jazz.
He doesn't, but he just doesn't understand it. I'm trying to find this other mosaic box I found. Let's see what else is here. No. This is all stuff I've had. So I'll find it and show it. So how's your deal being jazz drummers so far?
Yeah, he's still here. He did his own thing yesterday. I had my auction and I had stuff to do, and I guess he got in late last night. I don't know, but he leaves tomorrow morning from me, and he's staying at other friends a couple of days. But
how did that Beatles box go for? How much did that go for?
It only went for under 800, 780. But I made $100 on it, but I didn't do it buy.
How many records did you sell, or items?
11.
Wow. Was there rare stuff?
It was all rare. So the butcher cover went for over $1,100 to someone in the UK.
Wait, so what state was it in?
Third state.
Which is what?
Third state is peeled. I peeled it in the 1970s. It looked really good. It's not perfect, but it was one of the better peels. And I did it, and it's a West Coast, which is not an easy thing. I don't remember how I did it. But then I went to Tower Records, my friends, Tower Records, Columbus and Bay, at the one near Fisherman's Wharf. In the back room, they have a shrink wrap machine. So I had it shrink wrapped. So it's been shrink wrapped since the 1970s. Someone can open it up, but
you have other butcher covers, correct?
I have another one, yes.
You only have one now?
Yeah. At this point in my life, I don't feel this thirst, I should say, to have all like copies on that. It sat on my shelf for it was a third state. Peel. I don't feel I need to have multiple copies, so I sold a rare Bowie record for, I don't know, $350 or something. It was for 11 titles, it was a good auction. I mean, it was mostly rare stuff. And there was like a top loader stereo Beatle record. Anyway,
Hold on one second. I'm gonna grab some more records over here.
I mean, you can still find them. Occasionally, people just find them. There's the one at Easy Street. I don't know if they sold it yet. $10,000. Check this out.
And
10,000.
what condition was it in?
Well, it's a very, very unique one. What they did is they pasted the trunk over the back. So one side has a perfect butcher cover, one side has a perfect trunk cover. That is really rare. Oh, the International Artist Box too.
Now, here's a question. I don't think
Sticker Mania bought that.
How much he pay for that one?
$1,000, I think.
What does he sell that many stickers? All right, here's what
These are all sealed records.
Here's the reason I'm mainly showing this one. It's because Rich wants this one really bad. So I'm a big collector of Red Garland. Oh wait, he doesn't want this one. This is the one I showed. Do you have this one, Rich? This is a comp of moods of prestige artist. So actually, this is a cool one. Do you have this one, Rich? The Red Garland one is mine. I collect Red Garland records. But this is a cool find. Here's a question I have for you, Mazzy. Butcher covers. Does it really matter what grading the vinyl is when you sell them?
Not really. I mean, and then some don't even come with vinyl, and some people change out the vinyl. People aren't buying it for the vinyl. No.
But what quality was the vinyl and when you
I don't know because I got it in 1970s and I had it shrink wrapped, so I have no idea.
It's shrink wrapped inside.
Yeah, of course. Foreign pictures. I don't know what I'm selling yet. Little by little, I'm going through my collection, mostly doubles. So at some point there will be all kinds of Beatles stuff. I just don't need. I'm at that point in my life. I don't need it.
Well, I think me maybe going on Whatnot's inevitable, because for records like this is an OG Ramones Rocket to Russia.
Yeah.
I have the Vinyl Me Please reissue, which is excellent, but this is an OG. This is $100 record.
Yeah. The key is, like everything else, hype it, do a promo.
Well, I mean, I have to get a following. I don't think me going on there will initially be successful.
Yeah, you have to build it up. But out of the 12 sales, 11 shipments, 8 of them were new people to me. It tells you the whole breakdown. So 8 people have never purchased from me before. So there's people that know me from YouTube, but there's a lot of people that just follow the channels. And
what is this? I have a 71 Los Angeles pressing with the paste on. The Butcher's covers came out just originally at one time, right?
They barely came out.
Right, I know. There's that story where the son brought a box of them to a record show.
Yeah, Livingston, the president. That's the Livingston collection are probably, except for this one that was 10 grand. But those go. The Livingston. There's one box of stereo, one box of mono, probably 25 a box. Those go for tens of thousands of dollars because they were sealed. They were never pasted over. The president of Capitol Records put a box of mono and a box of stereo in his closet. And when he died, his son brought him out to a Beatle Fest in LA. People thought first they were fake, but they weren't. They were real. You can Google Beatles Butcher cover Livingston.
What year was this when he did this?
Late 80s, early 90s, maybe. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, apparently Sears got a few stores got them. DJs got
How
them.
did you get yours?
I just stumbled. Well, the first one I got. Okay, here I tell the story on my channel, but so I'm repeating myself.
Oh
So don't
wait,
bust my
this is
balls.
an exclusive.
No, the I never had one in '66, and in those days, obviously pre-internet, you just have to stumble on it. And I didn't. I don't know if I realized how to look for Ringo's dark coat, dark shirt, the V-neck, whatever.
Yeah.
My 19th birthday, and I showed this, and some people like. I don't even think it's a terrible thing, at the time, and I didn't get upset. My girlfriend Judy, when I turned 19, I used to always count my records, and I was about to get my 500th record when I was 19, 500 records. So she found a butcher cover. I have no idea to this day where she got it. She gives me a butcher cover. On the back, she writes a note to Norman. This is your happy birthday, your August 23rd, 1973. This is your 500th album. So she wrote this much in pen on the back of the butcher cover. So I have written like a love note on my girlfriend when I was turning 19. And I will never get rid of that one because it's obviously I don't know where she is now, but it's a personal one to me. That'll go when I'm gone.
Now,
Yeah. So I'm keeping that one.
but people
And it's
knew
not
how much did they go for back then, you think? Because people knew what they were.
under $100. But that was a lot. If a record's $3, if a butcher cover was 50 or 60, I mean, it depends.
That makes sense.
I broke up a year later.
By the way, for my auction, I mailed a record to someone in Ireland. I mailed it on Monday. They got it today through UPS. It took less than 4 days for them to get that record.
Yeah. What I like about the nice thing about once you do build an audience for whatnot, at the end of the auction, right after the auction, you generate your labels and you print out your labels. And if you want to, which you always do, your packing sheet. So if someone bought 3 records, it has the name and the 3 records they bought. So it's easier to kind of package them. And the label, the postage label. And and I didn't know until I printed out the labels that someone was in the UK who bought that record. And so it prints it out with the 3 copies of the declaration. So that person's going to probably have to pay some kind of declaration. Now I do want to bitch about one. So he's going to have to pay some kind of, because it didn't say friends and family. It just says merchandise, $1,100 or whatever. So I don't know what they're
Wait,
going to charge.
is there so I mailed a package to Canada and Ireland. They didn't pay fees.
Well, then maybe they don't have to. But I don't know the answer to that. But it says merchandise. That's why sometimes when we're sending a box to a friend
I think I didn't declare. I declared it not
as
as
gifts.
Yeah,
Right.
as gifts.
Now, I do want to bitch here because do I have it here? Did I keep it here?
Hey, I'll tell you this. I won a record on eBay auction. The guy had a buy price at $75. I won it at $20. So he didn't get what he wanted for that record.
Now, I have records coming in all the time, things I've ordered. Like I just got a notice the other day, the mono, I hope it's good. The mono Odyssey and Oracle Zombie shipped. So it just came out. I think the release date was a few days ago, or maybe it's this week. I don't know.
I think it was a little unclear. So if you know,
Right.
I think I'm right with this. If PB Thou's watching, that's one of his favorite records. But he says a mono is impossible to find of that record.
Yeah, this is a mono.
The version I have is part of that twofer.
Right.
That Zombies twofer, and it's an excellent record. And I think I think I will order it. It's come out. It came out already. Or it comes out Friday.
I think it comes out. Mine shipped yesterday.
From who?
And mine's from. I ordered directly from the Zombie site.
Okay.
I don't know. And I wanted to make sure this wasn't it. I have like 3 records that I've ordered that have been shipped by different people. Plus, apparently, I get some promos shipped. but I didn't order anything in Canada. And I got this notice yesterday, which I'm not going to prepay. I hope it looks real, but it's this. Prepay your fees and taxes, $49 to pay fees coming from Ottawa Logistics in Canada.
I
That's
I
so
looked
I
up
don't know.
that company. They're a fulfillment company, so all
Yeah,
they are
no,
is a warehouse that ships
I'm
fruits.
sure, but I mean, may have ordered something that's shipping from Canada, but I didn't order anything from Canada. So I'm going to refuse it if I don't know what it is when it shows up. I'm not paying $50 for a fucking and it says additional charges may have been applied based on recent tariff policy changes.
Well, it said
So
may be applied.
yeah, but addition beyond this $49, I'm not paying like $49. I have no idea what's showing up. So it says I can pay here or the driver. I have to pay the driver. Well, I tell you, I'm going to look at if the driver rings my doorbell if I'm home. I'm going to look at see who it's from, and I'm not going to pay him. I'm going to refuse it if I don't recognize what it is.
Have you ever paid a driver in the US? I don't know.
Well, people do. I mean, there's been times way back. I mean, what I'm talking 10, 20 years ago. Sometimes, there's been like what is it called?
I mean,
COD, not
I'm
COD.
talking like in recent memory.
Nope. Nope. So I'm not going to pay any driver. And if I'm not home, do you think he'll leave it? That's an interesting question. And they'll bill me? Fuck them. Fuck Trump.
Man, Mazzy's standing up to the man.
50
Hey,
bucks. I don't even know what I'm paying for.
well, here's where my mind went when you posted that. My mind went that maybe someone sent you some VCLT of some kind, or you're getting a record from one of your gravy train people, and now you're having to pay a fee to get it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know any.
Yeah. Hold on,
Chicago. I
Mr.
don't know.
Mania. Did you pay him for something else or for a package? Sorry for
Let's see. Okay, hold on a second. Here is okay. I'll show you the zombies. For people who don't know, I think a couple people don't know about this. Oh shit, that's the wrong. 1 second.
No, they're reissuing the Zombies Odyssey and Oracle and Mono, colored vinyl.
Yeah, they got the rights back a few years ago, apparently. So
the colored vinyl's limited. The black vinyl is not.
No, but this is weird. At the site, the black vinyl for $26 is sold out. The colored vinyl is not sold out.
At the site, but other people are selling it.
I don't know. I guess also CDs. So if you want a CD, mono remastered version available, so I don't know about. It's interesting the black is sold out over it, which I'd rather have a black one. I think I ordered a black one. I don't even remember. I ordered it literally 3 months ago, but I ordered it at the Zombie site. I don't know if it's all analog.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the mystery of it. We don't know.
Nobody knows.
Well, hold on. So Tracking Angle did a post. I'm glancing through the article right now. The Zombies have announced the release of blah, 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 the first of 4 definitive physical reissues from the catalog. So they're doing more. Recorded at London, the band, blah, blah.
They split up before it came out.
Yeah, but there's a documentary coming out, and they did a tour.
Yeah, I saw them.
Directed by Schwartzman, Robert Schwartzman, who
I got this signed. I have a box set that came out. I met them at the Beatles Fest the day after the night they were at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and all but I think one member had died, but I have the box with all members signed.
Well, they did tour not too long ago, many years ago.
I agree with someone who said the stereo's better for this album, I think. The blue edition, it's weird that the blue edition is still available. There's only 500 copies.
It's like Violet.
But it's 500 copies. Like, they couldn't sell 500 copies of the blue? That seems weird to me.
It's Violet.
Well, it says blue. It's okay. It's ocean Ocean
If you
Illusionist
go
blue.
here, I'm going to pull it up right now. Well,
Ocean
actually,
Illusionist blue.
okay, this is weird, Mazzy.
It's so great being bigger than
It
life,
looks
isn't
like
it?
they're doing two different colors.
Okay.
So I don't know if I think this might be an exclusive for independent record stores. Is that there's a here, I'll share this. I read yet.
Angelo, does your mono switch cut out the little channel next to me? This little channel there?
Yes, you're an idiot. You're Mazzy. I'm going to share the screen here. That's.
Okay.
I guess this is for independent record stores.
Okay, so there you go. So you can buy it locally, and $25. That's a good deal. Now,
Well, they have the price for $25, but other people are selling it for 30. So but there's nowhere I can find how this was mastered.
yeah, nobody says, which is bullshit, but that's the typical. Now, I have a big announcement. Not a big announcement, and I have a video. And I'm sorry, I'm crossing over. My video posts in 15 minutes, so I was going to wait till 9, but I was so excited. The Rhino Rocktober 43 releases was announced this morning.
I thought someone has. If you follow that JC guy,
Did he post it?
he always announces it early. So he does a
Yeah.
video where he announces it.
Well, I posted it 43. I mean, it's
It's mostly like hard rock bands.
Well, no. Well, there's Mr. Bungle.
That's a
There's
hard rock band.
well, they're kind of skies. They're like
No,
Kemper and
they're hard.
Beethoven.
They're humorous kind of.
There's the three of Warren Zevon albums that were in the Record Store Day box set. Now, some of them, a handful of records are Rhino Reserves in there. Tusk is in there. Tusk, Fleetwood Mac, a Rhino Reserve of Bear Trees, which is a great album. So there's stuff like that. That's not hard rock. There's in fact, there is a Black Sabbath record.
Which one?
It's the one that nobody cares about. I'm kidding. It's we sold our soul for rock and roll. And it's, I mean, some are reserved, some are not. Tusk. Oh, this is exciting for people. A 5-record set of this is going to sweep the nation. I can't. David Roth, the entire David Lee Roth catalog on Warner's. But then you got 2 Yes albums. You got 3 Dream Theater records. That's not hard rock. You got 3 Dream Theater records. You got
Dream Theater is rock.
Have you but it's not hard. Yes, yeah, but it's not hard rock. Now this is hard.
Is it prog? I mean, they're kind of.
I know what they are.
Rock prog. They are hard.
Okay, this is hard rock, but this is like metal Ministry. 2 different Ministry albums. There is 3 Mr. Bungle albums. There's a Bad Company double greatest hits. I just
posted Plaid Room has them all listed.
Yeah, there's a Morphine record, which is excellent. There's a Lenny Kravitz record. That's a Rhino Reserve. That's a good album, actually.
Ministry records, those are hard to find.
That's what I just said. There's Deep Purple in Japan. Now there was a box set. This is a Steven Wilson mix. So I guess they're taking it out away from the box set so you can get it separate. Now this is interesting.
Doors Greatest Hits.
Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder if it's the Kevin Gray cut of this. Because that just came out as a Rhino hi-fi. So now I don't know this record. I remember seeing it all the time. Tell me if this is any good. Death from Above, this one.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I don't know the record.
People know that record.
But I'm excited about this. I don't know if I'm excited about it, but I love Tusk.
I mean, it's not a hard record to find.
Now, this is not the first one, but the New York Dolls. So they're doing some interesting stuff. Porno for Pyros as a reserve. So they're doing stuff into the 90s, what, late 80s, 90s?
Are these reserves that haven't been announced yet?
These are all announced. They're
Lenny
rolling out.
Lenny Kravitz.
I just showed that. They're rolling out every Friday all through October.
Oh,
It's
and then they're
Rocktober.
doing a rush box, which
Rocktober.
they're doing the rush box for their later records, but it has that covers album that they did.
Yeah.
And I think, is that the first time on vinyl? I think we discussed that before. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know all that stuff. So anyway.
David Lee Roth did 5 records, solo records.
Exactly. Isn't that funny? But okay, this is a great live record, Learning to Flinch. It was in the box set that came out Record Store Day.
Yeah.
It's him solo with a 12-string guitar and piano, and it's excellent, this record. The other two are okay. There's Mutineer and there's Warren Zevon. I like Mr. Bad Example.
How many records were in the box?
5 albums.
But you could probably still get the box, probably for cheaper than buying those 3 Rocktober.
I don't know. But anyway, a double Bad Company, if you're into Bad Company.
That's later Bad Company.
What says rock and roll? It's basically, it's a comp. It's like a hits. The very best of.
It's not.
It's the very best of, Rob. I didn't realize Bad Company had 2 records of great songs.
Well, they had a later 80s grouping that they had hits. Was not Paul Rogers.
Yeah. Ministry. As on Sire.
Isn't Eddie? I'm just saying Eddie, but anyone might know that Typo Negative record. Is that hard to find?
Yeah, Rick's that. Yeah, if you want to get that earlier Fleetwood Mac box, that would be great.
Right. I think is Kimbo. Are you still here, Kimbo? So I don't know if Kimbo did this as a joke, and I don't know how you heard this, Kimbo. Can you let us know this? So Kimbo posted on his Instagram.
He's here. Kimbo's just chimed in. Good morning, Kimbo.
All right. So Kimbo posted this. Is this real, Kimbo? Is this real? I'm gonna make myself big.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is real, because my response to you was you finally.
Yes, that is real. That is real.
So where did you hear this?
I got it in the email of it. They sent an email.
So
Vance reposted it too. Yeah.
Well, my joke to Kimbo is he finally learned how to use Canva. But so they're releasing this single 45.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about it.
I don't even know the history of it. What's the history of this?
I don't know. Vance said it was a hoax. Well, I got an email of it. I got
from who? Who did you get an email from?
I thought I got it from Rhino.
Mr. Robert Plant.
I can't find it right now. I thought I got an email of it. You say it's fake. I could be wrong. You think it's fake? I thought I got an email of it.
They took it down. The post and the PR were about hours later. So did it get out? It's real and it accidentally came out? Hey, look, this dude said he did the art for the Porno for Pyros.
This dude, Tom Rashan.
Well, he's a dude to me. He's this dude to me.
You know, so which is the one? Hold on a second. Let's see. You did this one, Tom? It's coming out as a Rhino Reserve. Did you ask to do it because it had the word porno in it, Tom?
Yeah. Actually, he has a stipulation in his contract. If there's a porno record, he does the artwork for it.
Did you also do the Los Pornos albums or just Los Lobos?
Did you do the Deep Throat soundtrack cover that came out for Record Store Day?
So let me ask you, Tom, is this what kind of illustration? What's that little man? What was that about? See, this is the times you need to come up on these fucking streams and talk about your artwork.
Actually, Tom told me, we had lunch together, and he said to do that album cover, he did hours and hours of research watching porn.
You know, Tom, it's kind of racist, Tom. Look at that. It's kind of like
It's a devil.
Oh, okay. I like the
But
cover
gee,
actually.
Tom
I've
said
never
he watched hundreds of hours of porn to do that cover.
I've never heard this album, Tom. Is it any good? Do you like the band? I've never heard this album.
It sounds like Jane's Addiction to me
Yeah,
because it's
hold on.
Perry Farrell, right?
You did Jane's Addiction, then moved to porno pyros.
And now, Dane Kimbo, you haven't pulled down your post on Instagram, so you're tricking people. Actually, Kimbo, you know what you have done? Several people have gotten in line for Record Store Day because of your post.
And they're in front of Kimbo and Joey and I.
Yeah, we made great pets. We made great pets. I remember that song.
Oh man.
But it sounds like Jane's Addiction to me.
Yeah, it's
And
it's all that.
he'll probably start that band back up because he disintegrated Jane's Addiction.
But those are popular. Those are popular records.
You're
Those, you know.
you're a negative influence. I
Yeah,
think they made a movie about you starring Rob Lowe.
well, the Stone Temple Pilots. I mean, that STP album, the one they put out, the Atlantic 75, the Double 45, was a big hit, and that sold out, I think, or sold really well. So these are good things to put out, you know.
Hey, Kimbo just posted something on Instagram. He said the Beatles are getting back together.
So there is a Rhino hi-fi announcement next week, supposedly midweek, of a single record. That's all I'll say.
Yes, it'll be a letdown for everyone. Was Dave Navarro in Porno for Pyros? I don't know if he was. Was he? I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know that history either. So we're ignorant. We're boomers, or I'm a boomer. Are you a boomer, Rob?
Which color variant do you want me to show, Herc? See, I don't. There's so many comments. I don't read every one, so you have to be more
Yeah, we
specific.
don't know. We don't know what. Let's see. Okay, so here's the deal. October 3rd, the new titles will be released Friday, Rocktober, and they will go on through the month, every Friday through the month. Rocktober's been around for well over a decade now, I think.
Rev has a new album coming out, Porno for Gyros.
You know, what is this? Okay.
Listen, I'm sorry, guys, but I group Herc, Rix, and Regis together because your comments are all very similar. There's no context to your comments, so I can't go back and look at every comment you made or which comment you're referring to. Okay, Vance is saying this.
Led Zeppelin took down all the PR for the single.
Okay, okay. So Vance.
So it was real.
So hold on. Vance, being the Led Zeppelin expert, because we have no one else here that's a true expert, do you believe it slipped out and it is happening and then they tried to do cleanup? Or was it a hoax created by Kimbo? Let me know.
It sounds it. If I got a promo of it, it wasn't a hoax, but maybe they jumped the gun. You know, okay. Steve Westman said this. He said this in public, so or on his forum, so it wasn't, or on his show. When they announced the last Rhino, which one was it? What's the one that's coming out? I forgot, or the one that came out just recently. It was not Buckingham Nicks, but after that, they were going to announce two releases, and at the last minute, they pulled one of them. One got delayed, so they only announced one. So, but we don't know what that other one is. I don't know what it is either. But there is one being announced next week, a single record, which I better not say anything.
Vance, if Vance asks for a link, I'll send it to your Instagram, Vance. Okay. You can use it or not. Bing, bing, bing. There you go. It's a cent. Thank you.
Right.
Leland, you're an upstanding member of our community. Why do you want to sex with a pistol?
Leland, you know there is no second Sex Pistols album. I mean, there's a great Rock and Roll Swindle, which is a soundtrack.
No. Here's what he's asking, I think. So there is a Rhino Hi-Fi of the Sex Pistols. I have a USOG. That's what I have.
It's not very good.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Then I could sell it probably for $100. Okay. But there's the Rhino Hi-Fi, and then it looks like they're putting out another one for Rocktober, color vinyl. The question Mazzy has, which I think it's not the Kevin Gray remastered.
Well, we don't know that because
it's the standard version, I think.
Well, we don't know that because a couple months ago, there was another title.
There was a Billy Cottam one from a couple years ago.
No, not that. No, there was a Rhino Hi-Fi that came out later as either Reserve or not a Rocktober, but another. That was the same Kevin Gray mastering as the Hi-Fi, just without the special cover. I forgot what title that was. Can anyone remember? And you people, Josh, if you just woke up, I don't know if you're location scouting now, what you're doing here. I just said 3 days ago my Zombies record shipped, and mine's due October 2nd next week. So mine shipped, yes. Now, all you people that say that like they should do it in pairs, record companies in pairs, you all think you know what the fuck that all the lawyering that goes in and approvals from managers and labels and all the bullshit to release these things. It's not that easy. Like, I'm not defending Rhino, but this goes across the board, any label. They would love to put out the Smiths and the tapes are in the UK. They would love to do Echo and the Bunnyman. The tapes are in the UK. And then people get pissy. Well, are you using the American masters? And then you go on the Hoffman forums to get all pissy that how can you call the original master an American when it's a dub? You know, but that's the master that was used forever to put out the American versions. And you have to get fucking Johnny Marr and fucking Morrissey to agree to do something with the Smiths. And why don't the fucking British versions labels
really cussing up a store?
Why don't the British labels put this shit out?
Okay, this was sent to me by a very reliable source, Kimbo. And this site is Led Zeppelin News, the last unofficial Led Zeppelin news and rumors.
Yeah, that's a fake news site. They probably think that January 6th was a cakewalk.
Updated hours after the announcement was made, Led Zeppelin deleted all traces of it. So, what's that think us to? It was there on their site. So, it was on their site, I guess. Does anyone see this? It was right here. So, again, some pimple-faced 25-year-old nerd who runs their website screwed up.
Wait, I got to respond to Johnny L so he doesn't think that if this is the real Johnny L, so it doesn't think I'm being snooty, not responding. I don't know if it's a good buy. I ordered it because I love the record. I don't have a mono version. I'd rather have the stereo version, but I ordered it. I have no idea if it's a good buy, Johnny, but goodbye, Johnny. So goodbye, Johnny.
That's the real Johnny L.
Raji, I'm going to start doing rants, whispering, and like ASMR. So these fucking record companies, all those asshole double 45s
in a box set. Johnny L's very angry with me, people. I don't know why he's here watching. So
okay, I'm trying to keep up with these.
So okay, let's go back to Record Store Day. They usually will announce. I bet next week they announce the Record Store Day releases. Right, that's about the time.
I don't know.
To save Kimbo's.
But Record Store Day is not till November, right?
Right, but they usually announce the releases in October. And actually,
oh, I get it. Yeah,
I'm gonna text someone who does 100% know right now. Okay, I'm gonna text my buddy, and
I'm getting all the news.
Hold on, let me say this. When are they announcing the Record Store Day releases?
Yes.
Question mark.
I am whispering because I have a jazz drummer asleep.
So I texted my buddy who should know, and I will report back to all of you when that's happening.
Musicians stay up all night shooting smack and stuff. So
I'm going to say right now,
my car people are long gone, Joe.
Okay, I just got feedback from my source. The Record Store Day announcements are October 2nd. Okay? Here's what we'll do. That's Thursday. I plan on doing a live stream on Thursday. The day before, I'm having a slight procedure. But I believe I should be fine to do my live stream the next day.
Are they reducing your size of your mouth? Oakenshield, yes. Danny Thompson, bass player of Pentangle, great in that British folk, rock, folk, jazz genre, passed away. A great band, a great musician, amazing musician. Obviously, worked with all those British folk bands over the years, just died. So that is a big one for, in British music scene.
All right, so we will know. Okay, here someone's putting their foot down.
Yeah.
Well, Nicole, I guarantee you will not boycott Record Store Day because I promise you there'll be a release that you need to have.
Yeah, but I think we'll see. Kimbo and Joey and I, and maybe we'll hang out. We do it now, I think, for the enjoyment, because pretty much everything we waited up for, we could have got later. That's the reality.
Okay, here's the biggest bullshit of last Record Store Day. That Strata East put out that Pharoah Sanders record that everyone bought up and went for more money, and then they repressed it.
Yeah,
so you can get it now.
So that's and the thing is, I understand, because it gets people excited to go out to buy records right then, because any other release that comes out, and this is where I'm defending Record Store Day. Something comes out, you say, I'm going to get that next week, and then you don't get it next week, and then you pass it off, and there's never an urgency to buy it, and then eventually 6 months goes by and you forget it. Record Store Day gives you that
hold on.
pressure. Gives you the faux pressure to buy it now. And good for the record stores.
I'm going to use you to go against everything you just said, Mazzy.
Okay.
All right, here's how I'm doing it. What do you typically do on Record Store Day, Mazzy?
I meet up with my buddies early, and we hang out. We buy records. We go and have coffee and show. Okay, and we make a video.
That 100% to me is what Record Store Day is.
Yeah, that's what the community.
It's a community thing. It's getting together with like-minded people to buy records.
Absolutely.
You don't have to buy all the records that come out that day. You do it as a social exercise. To me, as someone who doesn't go to a lot of concerts and stuff, I see no difference than the amount of money you spend to go to a concert these days, and then going to Record Store Day and hanging out with people and having fun and talking. For people like me and Mazzy, shooting content and posting it and talking about it. That's what it is to me. It's a holiday. It's a record holiday.
Yeah. And they're always like maybe a small hand. Like, it was different before, but now there's a small handful of titles that are really hard to get. But most everything, like, we're lucky in Seattle. There's a lot of stores, and Kimbo and Joey and I have found we'll do our early morning thing at Silver Platters because it's large and they hand out a list, and it's fun. It's fun. They should have some kind of breakfast burrito truck parked in front. They should do that. And if someone has a breakfast burrito type truck, they should go in front of Silver Platters.
Okay, actually, I have a story for that, Mazzy.
And
so one year, Safari gave everyone breakfast burritos. And I said, "Oh, you're doing it this year?" And they go, "It just wasn't worth it. We had so many leftover breakfast burritos. We were eating them for days."
Plus, you don't want to be in. They're the few record stores that has a toilet, and you don't want to clean that toilet after you get old.
So, okay, well, here's the funny thing: they did every year on their anniversary, they have a big sale, And I said, they go 4th anniversary, and they go 2nd anniversary of the bathroom being closed. And they had a sign on there saying out of order. But they told me it really wasn't out of order. They ran out of place to store records, and they were storing records in the bathroom.
Well, there you go. All the food truck workers, that's not, you're not far off from the truth, Dan B. Unfortunately.
Okay, so my source just reported to me that he believes he doesn't understand why Record Store Day doesn't like when people break the deadline. He doesn't understand it.
Well, who breaks? Well, that's bullshit. Wait,
so my guess is this Led Zeppelin thing is really happening, and they broke the deadline, and they got pissed off, and they took it down.
But this happens in all kinds of businesses. So someone pushes the button. We've seen this where someone like Amazon Germany posts Bob Dylan.
I can actually tell you, Mazzy, in my business, we do test screenings, right? They're not the final version of the film. Right. Someone will go to a test screening and then post a review of the film, and the studios are livid. We even have people sign NDAs, but it's hard in California. It's really hard to fight an NDA. Yeah. So that's what happens in that case.
Years ago, in the early 70s, I went to a test screening of the movie Clute with Jane Fonda and Donald Sutherland. I remember coming out of that thinking, I didn't quite like it. The director was there. And then the movie came out, became a big hit. She wins an Oscar. I didn't see it for a few years after that. And when I saw it, it was very different. I don't remember what I saw exactly, but I loved it later.
Hold on. I just got a text from Kimbo, another breaking thing. Oh, there it is. He posted it. Sorry.
Apparently, all the record store. Remember when Virgin had their mega stores that were multi? I don't know. LA.
It was at Crescent Heights and
but there was one on Market in Stockton and San Francisco, and there was two in New York.
Actually, they started opening them up. There was one in Orange County. They started opening them up like Tower Records.
I understand, but you know what worked that apparently doesn't work in the United Nations? All those escalators never stopped when you stepped on them.
Mazzy.
I know, it was a setup. I tried.
Okay. Here we have the horse's mouth is coming in. Hold on. He's not here yet fully. I don't think he's turned on. We have a horse's mouth coming in to tell us, set us straight.
Is this Vance?
Well, calm down. We're building up excitement. Okay, the excitement is built. There he is. He's a little pixelated, but can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Are you like Deep Throat? You're hidden because you don't want your face to be shown because of a Led Zeppelin. You're going to break some news.
I don't think he's coming in strong.
We can hear you.
Yes.
Just what Dana says tonight, the House of Guinness starts tonight. There's a 7-horse song in one of the episodes.
Hey, by the way, John,
it was covered, but covered.
The Virgin Megastore was 3 stories, as I remember it.
Anyway.
The LA one was.
I remember 3 stories.
San Francisco was 3 stories too.
Vance, you hear us? I think he needs to come back in and come back out.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you. Yes. He's breaking news right now.
Oh, look who's on the cover of Time.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
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 He's breaking news right now.
Uh-oh. Now he has the...
Are you hanging out with Daddy Bob?
Come back in.
Oh, okay.
I'll come. Okay, he's going to try and come back in. Well, he broke news. Thank you, Vance.
The thing about Led Zeppelin, it's weird they're trickling out this like a single and an EP, and They're kind of being a big fucking tease, Led Zeppelin. You know, I like Led Zeppelin.
I would have to think that proof of concept exists now with the Rhino hi-fis and everything, that if Warner's can convince them, let us reissue your records.
Well, we know that either Patrick and that team at Rhino Hi-Fi have sent copies of the ones they've done that people really like two people like the Led Zeppelin group and the Smiths group and they want these records out just like we do.
Let me ask you a question, Mazzy.
So it's not like they're not putting it out. You say, why don't they put out anything from this?
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask
you
a question?
Yeah.
Okay. On average, how many of these boxes does the Rhino Hi-Fi make? Like 500?
Which boxes?
Any of the boxes, like the
ZZ Top?
ZZ Top or the
3,000.
Okay, if they did a Led Zeppelin box, how many do you think they would have to make?
30,000. More,
Yeah.
probably more.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did it, they did it for the price they're doing it. They're $40 an album, so whatever that comes to, plus a double album.
Vance, here's how I remember it. So the complex that it was at, the Crescent, which is still there, there was a bottom floor. Then I think it was the main level,
and then the top floor.
And there was a top floor. There were
by the movie theater, by the cafe and movie. There's a cafe in the top.
By the movie theater, which is still there.
Yeah,
there were 3 levels.
Yeah, there were 3 levels. San Francisco had 3 levels too, at Stockton Street. Union Square, I think, was 2. A base Union Square and Times Square were 2 levels in New York. I loved going to the Virgin Megastore in New York. Like, I'd stay not too far from Times Square for a while. I'd go there like every day after my appointments.
I used to go in there. Because I did a lot of stuff in the
It was a CD era mostly,
yeah.
And they had a lot of great imports.
It was like right across the street from the MTV studios.
Right. So an album comes out Friday, which is excellent. I did talk about it before.
It's the Zombies.
No, something else. I know I showed it before, so fuck you, Rob. I only have a CD, but the Jeff Tweedy record, 3 LPs, 3 CDs. If you like Jeff Tweedy,
did you show that already?
I just showed it on my channel. 3 LPs. I only have the CD, and it's his sons are on it, and some other artists are on it. It's very good. I mean, it's acoustic bass, but there's some rock stuff too. But it's more obviously the acoustic side of Wilco. Excellent record. So I think it's gonna be one of my favorites of the year.
Hey, Dan B, did they let you show up in your Goofy outfit? And were you allowed to take your head off when you were buying the records?
Did we talk about the Beatles anthology for you?
When does that come out?
November, I think. I'm actually looking forward more now that we can all go back and watch Disney for the anthology of streaming.
Oh yeah, when is that supposed to stream? In November too?
I think around Thanksgiving time. Yeah. It's going to be, I think, is it 3 parts or 4 parts, or you can wait and watch them all at once.
That's all right, Vance. Sorry, you could set us straight, but I'm just guessing that Led Zeppelin stuff is true. That's my guess.
Marcus, not everyone watches you can join the Rob Club. We show the same stuff because there's always someone new watching it. You know about advertising? You know about advertising. An advertisement isn't just shown once on a network. It's shown on a million different networks. People who movie stars and music go on all the talk shows. They do all those YouTube, influencer videos.
I'm gonna be real right now. I don't care if Mazzy shows a record for the second,
He
third,
just
or
likes
fourth
to
time.
bullshit me.
It's just it's good. It's funny to me.
Yes, it's funny. It's like funny, haha, like a clown.
Look, I want to show this. I finally found this. So I have another mosaic box here. This Herbie Nichols box. I'm probably going to sell it. Let's see. I don't know. The other one was translucent vinyl. So let's see if this is translucent vinyl. And this is in great shape. Whoop. Now it's all scratched up. Yeah, this is translucent too. Beautiful.
Well, the Warren Zevon ones, I got the press release, so they may not be populated on the site because they're towards the end of the month. Who's it? Raji. Not Raji. Who asked that question? Easy Now. I'm sorry, Easy Now. Okay, these are from the Warren Zevons. Let's see. I don't know what date they come out. They're all staggered. So let's see here.
Hold on.
So there's that, and there's that. Those are probably in the week of the 20th. There'll be the Zevons. So the third to the last.
Okay. And those are all probably like $30 each, right?
Well, I think 25 to 28 for the single LPs. Double LP, obviously, I don't know, 35, 40? I don't know.
Okay.
Because
So
a bunch of these are double LPs because the CDs are long and they're 33. You don't have to. I want Chance tonight with his buddies talk about they're putting out records that don't have to be that fucking 45 RPM speed for the audio file.
On. I already know on Surface Noise the theme is what's your favorite record in your friend's collection? And how much does it go for? That's the theme. All right.
Is that true?
No.
Well, then that's great. Then if you can get a box cheaper, Elliot, great. But,
well, hold on. Elliot,
people,
stop stealing my thunder. That's what I'm doing right now. Right now on Discogs, you can get for $75. 75, Elliot.
But Rob, some people just want to buy one record. They don't want to have to buy the whole box.
You know what? You're 100% correct. But I imagine if you're a Warren Zevon fan, you're not a halfway Warren Zevon fan.
I agree.
You're a fan of everything he does.
But think about this.
Hold on. So if you're going to buy that one record for $40, why not buy the box set with 5 records for $75?
Well, it's $25, but still, except for the double. However, these are brick and mortar. So if you go into a store, you're more likely to see individual titles in a box set. A lot of stores don't carry box sets after the initial run because they don't want to keep that box set stock because people end up not buying as many box sets. I go to Silver Platters and they have a section of box sets that have been there for like 5 years and they don't sell that much. I think people who buy box sets, not always, they either buy them right away because they like the band or they wait like Elliot or whoever till it's very, very cheap, if it is cheap. I forgot what that costs, $100 box set. I bought it at the record store. I did pay more, definitely. Because you never know if something's going to sell out. Yes, you can buy it later, but Warren Zevon is one of those artists. I'll buy anything for me. Yeah, stop annoying me, Rob.
Mazzy privately messaged me that he likes being annoyed. So all of you people, hey, isn't that a greatest practical joke we did to Mazzy by sending him something from Canada by UPS? Hysterical. Great job, guys. Okay, here, are you going to go buy this, Elliot?
I don't know if Elliot needs all those.
Listen, John Marino, go find the floor plans. Go find the floor plans. Hey, Elliot has it. What's your favorite album out of the box?
You talking to me?
No, Elliot.
Oh.
Virgin Megastore. Hollywood. Hey, warning, there's still here's what's funny. There's still a Yelp profile for the Virgin Megastore. There's a Yelp profile for it, and this location is permanently closed. Was Yelp even around when that was open?
Yes.
It was? Okay, here's the complex it was at, right? That's where the Virgin Megastore was.
Now, is that where the drugstore was, the famous drugstore?
No, I don't know.
I think
If
it was
it
on that
was.
location.
Okay.
Schwab's.
Schwab's. Now I'm trying to find more pictures of it because I believe John is 100% that it was 2 levels. I think it was 3.
I think it was 3 too. I think the top level was like a half level.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
very small. Even the bottom level was small.
Yeah, where the cafe was. And they had a books and cafe upstairs, maybe? Is that right? That seems to me, the books and the cafe. Maybe they wouldn't let him on the 3rd floor. Let's see here.
Like the top level was small.
Yes. It's like, it was almost like
Yeah, I was discovered sipping a malt at Schwab's. Dan B was discovered digging through the trash in the back. Okay, what do you remember? How many levels do you remember the Virgin Megastore being, Tom? Cesar saying it was 2. So did I, John. My recollection, it was 3.
I remember it being 3, but 2.5. Like, it was like not a mezzanine, but
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was very tiny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I thought we wasted more time than we have. How we can deal with this? Fans, can you try coming back up again? All right, All right, I guess it was 2, but I remember 3. I remember it was very small. Maybe they got rid of one of the levels. One level was very tiny.
Yep.
And I think it was the bottom level. Okay, thank you. I think you're confusing it with here where we're at the 4th level of hell. All right. Awesome. He's trying to come back. Thank you. And you know, this is the guy who measures everything by size. So he knows. No, that's why this stream exists, Elliot. Here's what I remember. Because I did screenings at the movie theater there. So I was going there a lot. But I remember the bottom level kept changing all the time. Maybe it was like a coffee part because they did have those in the Virgin Megastore. Am I right, Mazzy? Didn't they have a little cafe thing?
Yeah. The San Francisco had upstairs was, I believe, books. In San Francisco, it was books and the cafe in the back by the windows over Stockton Street, over Market Street.
Hey,
it was a corner
everyone.
building.
More misinformation. More misinformation. Here we go. Rick Beato and Joe Fogarty interview. Stop posting. Okay. The Virgin Megastore had a basement floor and the main floor. It was most of the square block. Thank you, Rex. I actually watched a little bit of the Rick Beato, John Fogerty interview.
Yeah, I remember walking out the door by the cafe on the indoor plaza, and right up to the left, you saw that independent movie theater.
Well, that's the third level of the complex.
Yeah, right. Okay. But the escalators never stopped at the Virgin Megastore.
Actually, I've been there when they did stop.
It's amazing how all these wingers are all upset, like this nefarious escalator gate plot.
You know what? Here, electronic things break down. Any place I went to frequently that had escalators, there were times that they weren't running.
I will give it to Melania. If you watch that video, she just took initiative and started walking up it. You know, Trump didn't know what the fuck do. I got to walk up an escalator, but she took it. Good for her. I'm giving her kudos, props here.
All right, I'm being proven wrong. He remembers 2 levels.
Okay.
Obviously, you were not exclusive enough like me to experience the 3rd level.
Maybe Rob was high and he went higher.
Yes. All right, let's see if this works this time. Can you hear us? No, he can't hear us.
Can you guys hear me? I can't.
We hear you.
There's such a lag here.
We hear you.
I think I just got a bunch of firewall crap going on.
Just talk. Tell us the stories up. We'll listen.
We can hear you. Let me message him that I can hear him. We can hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing or see you guys.
Jimmy
Anyway, I
Page
give up.
is silent.
All right. He's not comfortable. Sorry, but that was a great appearance. Actually, we learned more through those appearances than most people would come up here.
I had a great time with him. He took me out for a steak in Chicago. What a great guy. Very generous guy. And it was fun. We had a good time for a couple of days there.
He's broadcasting from the old 3rd level of the Virgin Megastore.
That was funny. The Stairway to Heaven.
I think that's what Jesus was trying to make a joke, but I did it better.
Okay. What is the name? There was 2 names of this movie. British film that David Niven was in, and I think the American release was called Stairway to Heaven. But it basically, he's in World War II. Is he die in World War II? And he goes up this escalator. Someone tell me that the original name was not Stairway to Heaven of that movie. I used to have a VHS of it. Someone tell me the name of that David Niven movie, where the name Stairway to Heaven came from.
I'll tell you the best David Niven movie you should watch is the one where he plays Dracula. Everyone watch that one.
I don't know that one.
And then my favorite one is, they had so much extra footage of Peter Sellers from the Pink Panther movies that they made 2 movies. And the best one is when David Niven is on the verge of death. He filmed it, and I think he passed away not long after. And Rich Little had to come in and dub his voice.
David Niven, Stairway to Heaven movie. Oh, it's called either A Matter of Life and Death.
Yes.
Or Stairway to Heaven.
What year is it, from the 50s or 40s?
1946.
Okay.
So look at that. Look at that escalator. It's a golden escalator that, like, Trump would take.
Well, actually, I could be wrong, Mazzy, which I've been proven wrong about the 3 levels. But one of the longest escalators in the U.S. is in D.C.
Oh.
So one of the longest escalators in the U.S. is in D.C. It's in the metro. It's going down to the metro. Trump should go up and down that escalator.
Well, London has some like that too, but Concert Buddy, sometimes the comments come late, and as I looked, I didn't see that someone mentioned it. But the American version was Stairway to Heaven, and okay, we're here today. What the fuck happened? Rapture, apparently, they had 2 days to happen, and it didn't happen on either day. Those fucking TikTok influencers that were all rapturized. It didn't
Yeah,
fucking
but
happen
Mazzy,
again.
I distinctly remember there was a rapture thing a bunch of years ago too.
Of course, when people are,
Um,
yeah.
I think it's in Bethesda. It's on the red line, I think. Let me think. Here, longest escalators in the U.S.
The United Nations.
Okay, here it is. The Wheaton Metro Station in Montgomery County in D.C. That's on the red line. So
250.
Russell,
How much? 230 feet. Let's
yeah,
see.
Russell, when you go to the Wheaton Metro stop, which I think there's a few
What's the
records.
longest escalator in London? Oh, it's longer. Okay, the longest one in London is the Angel Tube stop at 200 feet. So it's longer where you are. There,
Okay.
Rob.
Yeah, so here's my recommendation. Take Trump to the Wheaton Metro Station, not that far away from the White House, and have him go up and down it. And we'll get this escalator thing out of his system.
Well, of course, Elliot, I know that, but it's just so funny that all these people are, I know it's not a real thing. Oh boy.
There's a movie, The Heavenly Kid, which ran on cable forever. And at the end of the movie, the guy's taking an escalator up to heaven. And it's a long ass escalator. I don't know which one they used to do it.
So
John Marino is angry right now. So he sent me some screenshots. A Yelp review describes the location as large retail center, 2 floors. Okay, what does he send? 2 floors.
now, okay, here's another release that's coming out that was announced the other day. A Kate Bush comp.
Okay. Hold on. I think I'm proven right. Let me make myself big because this is John Marino sent this to me. A TripAdvisor review noted it felt more like a single level split level rather than a true 2 level. I think that made it the 3rd level.
Yeah.
The split was the 3rd level.
I think because the second floor wasn't an even floor. It almost like was a step up or something.
Hey Craig, are you free from your work stuff that you can announce in your new announcement? Let me know. That's all right, Zepp. Just put more gas in your router and pull the lever thing. Do you want to come up? Let me know and I'll send you a link. Damn B, I don't want to end the stream or prematurely.
So I hope you have an escalator section tonight, Chance. You should talk about escalators.
Okay, so I would say a good friend for me, but a friend of the stream is Harry Lewis, who lives here in LA. He just sent me this picture. So he took this picture of they gathered all these jazz musicians at the Virgin Megastore in Hollywood. They're the escalator.
So jazz musicians can handle escalators better than our 46th.
Who was in the picture,
president.
Harry? That's a shitload of people. It's like the famous one from Harlem.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this link out to Craig. See if I can.
Anyway, the Kate Bush record that's coming out are they B-sides and remixes, but they were in one of the box sets. So if you didn't get the box sets, this is a good way to get them individually. Get that record individually. Okay. I'm not getting the black and blue remix with extra stuff. I don't really care. I love that record. It's a great sounding record. My original's enough for that.
But Mazzy, I've said this before. I love the Rolling Stones. The 70s Rolling Stones are my favorite. and none of those vinyls sound good to me. The CDs are much better.
Well, Black and Blue, to me, is one of the best sounding of the 70s albums. A Piano and Melody by Billy Preston. When I was testing out the Spender speakers, the first ones, when these guys came over, Michael T and buddies, we kept trying with the different cart updates and cleaning and stuff. We played that song. That is a great sounding record. I think it's the best sounding of any Rolling Stones record. I don't know about the new one, but Black and Blue, I have original version. It's excellent.
I've bought many copies of the Rolling Stones, every kind, and I just don't feel like the vinyl sound good to me. I rather listen to the CD.
Well, that first pressing is excellent. I have it.
Well, the Tattoo You, that sounds good, and I have the vinyl of that. That is a good sounding record.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Black and Blue is excellent. I love that record. Hey, Negrita.
One of my favorite, if I made a top 10 list of my favorite songs, Beast of Burden is on that list for me. That's one of my favorite songs.
Hot Stuff, yeah.
If any of you are free tonight, I think around
right during Chance's video.
No, like around 5 o'clock Pacific. I do this stream once a month. Me and Grant's Rock Warehouse. We do that no skips record thing. We're doing it tonight, so come watch. I picked 2 records that I feel are no skip records. Hey, Delphina,
some people are excited. Go ahead.
Delphina, are you still in Oregon?
Fool to Cry. Yep. Great. That's a great record.
I mean, Wild Horses is good too, but Beast of Burden.
Yeah, but that's the song that Graham Parsons really wanted. And the Breeder Brothers did it before the Stones did it.
Okay, Ricks, here's how it works. I talk 5 to 10 seconds later, you hear it. You have to editorialize your comment.
I think Goat's Head Soup is overrated. So how was Ashland, Delphina?
Hey.
Did you go to Biscuits and whatever that little record store is? Kind of a nice little store.
I emailed it to your Craig email address.
In Talent, Oregon.
Wait. Sorry,
and
Craig.
Gravy.
Try now, Craig. It's there.
Biscuits and Gravy, Biscuits and something, that record store in Talent, Oregon.
Now, please understand, all of you, the music is excellent. The U.S. pressings are not, on average, for me. My take. Ellie Cruz, I find it very hard to believe you were ever 15 years old. I think you just came out who you are now. You are meant to be the age you are now. I think. That's my feeling. I can't picture a young Elliot Cruz.
Biscuits and Vinyl. Yeah, it's a good little place. It's tiny, and it's I found like 5 I found a copy of the original. I ended up keeping my light in the attic and sold the original, but that Dylan Gospel record that Lou Adler put out like 1970, 71 copy there, pretty reasonable. I mean, I like that little store.
Oh, you're not here.
Biscuits and Vinyl.
I don't see.
But they don't have biscuits. Is there a biscuit place next door? I forgot, Delphina. It's in that little strip mall thing. You know, the guy up here, RJ from the used record store up here, told me about Biscuits and Vinyl. He said that's his favorite on his drive from Seattle to the Bay Area. One of his favorites.
Hold on, I'm emailing you another link, Craig, because it doesn't feel like it went through, so I'll send you another one.
I guess we're off season for Shakespeare now, Delphina. You ever go to Omar's? Omar's, that diner, that roadhouse place for a drink or food. Omar's. That's a good little. I go there for dinner sometimes.
Maybe you could text Delphina all your questions.
Well, I don't text Delph. I don't think I have her number. Not that I would. I'm not asking for it, but I could inbox her through Instagram.
I think if we saw your senior high school portrait, Ellie Cruz, we would break the internet. It would just disintegrate.
Yeah. There's also a really good Italian restaurant in that little downtown area in Ashland. Upstairs, kind of a shishi, but really good. I think they make their own pastas and stuff. There's always like photos of celebrities. I forget the name of that place.
Hey,
Excellent.
Delphina, I'm going down South Bay today. I will stop by the stores, but I'm mainly going to get that cat's eye sandwich from a Jollibee. That's my plan.
Great. You have to oh God. You know, you're kind of a one topic person, Frank. With your actually there's Lenny Kravitz. I know
hold on one second. I apologize, Frank, if this is not the case. But do you actively make videos about rock and soul stuff?
But
because
actually,
I don't think we have enough people who do that in the VC.
There are some coming out, and who knows what the deal is. They've done. I mean, the Rhino Reserve done about
stuff. Funkadelic reissues.
Yeah, and Rhino Reserve did Baby Huey. They did Eddie Hazel. They did. I know that's crossover stuff. You know.
No, but I mean like that. There's that Groove Merchant record. I forget the name. If you watch the In Groove, he showed it. Or the Mr.
Don't make it. It's okay. We want more funk and R&B too. I agree with you, but you know, okay. Let me say something to Frank.
Okay.
Think of the name, Rocktober. They do Black History Month too. You know, in February they do a lot of soul and R&B stuff in February. But Rocktober. It's not Soultober. It's Rocktober. Not Soultober. Not Funktober.
No, what the Start Your Ear Off Right? Do they put out more?
I think Start Your Ear Off Right is a mix. But Rocktober, not Funktober. Funktober's not even a month. Yeah, Scotty does it.
You're in kid duty?
Isn't she an auntie or something? Or
yeah, she's watching nephew, right?
Yeah. Has anyone heard the MoFi
Funkadelic?
Yeah. Oh, I got some label reached out to me. Now, what do you guys think of this? I know I'm off of box sets and double 45s, and it's not my thing, but I got reached out by a label for the Chronic Town. Is it Chronic? What is it? Not Chronic Town. That's REM. The Dr. Dre's first album. It's actually, I have that CD. I'll surprise people out there that I bought that CD when it came out. Isn't Jewel on that record? Which is weird. But Snoop Dogg, I like that record a lot. And they're putting like a double 45 one step of that, which is weird. I forgot which label is putting that out. Anyway, Interscope. I think it's Interscope. But Chronic Town, Interscope, double 40. Oh, I don't know if it's double 45, but it's a long record. Maybe it's double 33.
It's Chronic.
Chronic, right. Jim and Harry can't handle Rob's abuse anymore.
All right, Tom. Jim is having a procedure done right now. Not up his rear end.
Is he getting his tubes tied?
More dental in nature. My procedure next week is different.
God. I'm getting my COVID shot and flu shot next week.
Congratulations.
Yes. And I'm going to Costco today to buy a big thing of Tylenol.
Wait, Frank. If you're talking about their main album, Chad has reissued it in 33 and 45. You can get that on his site.
Headhunters has been reissued a lot.
Yeah, it's on. Well, not a lot, but Chad has one you can get. A perfectly good one.
Do you know Omnivore's Records Today releases yet? Have you heard?
Yes, he can. He'll tell.
But he can't say them, Kimbo.
I should get them early, so I'll let you know. but I don't want to get him in trouble. Let me text him.
No, you shouldn't say it.
You'll get them, Mazzy. He likes you.
I don't showcase, and here's a good example. I don't show everything. I mean, I've showed some of the stuff I get from Omnivore, like every label. I don't show everything I get from every label.
All right, we have a guest. Hopefully he'll come in perfectly nice. It's Craig from Analog October.
Oh,
how you doing?
I thought it was Michael 45 and I was waiting
Oh
for
no. Don't insult him.
With his glasses.
How you guys doing?
Hi,
all right,
Craig.
how are you?
I'm very well. I think it was very difficult to get onto this stream. You had to provide all sorts of evidence that I was who I say I am.
Did you have to pay a tariff?
So are you,
No.
I'm guessing your schedule is freed up work-wise that you can dedicate your time to the label, right?
Yeah, we wrapped on that film about 4 or 5 weeks ago. But I've been on it for 11 months.
Ouch.
Wow. So as soon as we wrapped, I just collapsed.
It's exhausting. Yes, I know.
It is, but good vibes about it. So hopefully when it's out, it will do well, and should be quite a journey.
All right, so I saw some postings that you have another release that you're working on now. You announced it, right? Let me make you big.
So
another Neil Ardley.
Yeah. So chronologically, my Neil Ardleys have been out of order. So the one that you both got earlier on in the year actually came after this one. It's just that it was a question of the first license to cross the line. This one took a little bit longer, but I think you're going to love this. This was all new packaging. The whole sleeve actually is from the original photographic CMYK sheet, so there's no scanning. We went straight back to the source, original analog master tapes, mastered at Abbey Road, double disc, 33 RPM. Sounds gorgeous. Out mid-December, but you guys should be getting your copies. Yeah, your copies should be with you sort of late November, I reckon.
Awesome.
Providing they don't get stuck in tariff hell.
Well, I just got a $50 bill. I just got a $50 bill from something coming from Canada, so I don't know what it is.
It's boner medicine. I'm telling everyone it's boner medicine for you, Mazzy.
So we when we're doing this, it's going to be through Forced Exposure again, but I don't think Forced Exposure will have their copies until January. But what we're doing is, if you order it through Analog October Records, we'll pay the customs up front, so you shouldn't get hit. And postage is only about 15 quid. I don't know what that is in dollars.
Well, you can wait 3.5 years.
It's like $20.
Yeah,
ish, right?
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, but I mean, this has got some heft to it. I mean, this is, yeah. I'll wait until you guys have actually had a chance to get your hands on it and have a listen. And
what year did that album originally come out?
3 years before the last one, so 1976.
Okay.
And it's sort of similar lineup, or
similar lineup, very, very different. So that video that you did, Maz, where you talked about astral spheres in alignment and all that kind of stuff, this is totally different. This is more in line with a British jazz rock group called Nucleus, Ian Carr. I mean, it is pretty much the whole band. The whole lineup is Nucleus with Barbara Thompson as well. Very jazz fusiony. So if you like Weather Report, that kind of stuff. So it's before Neil went off on his kind of synthesizer odyssey. Very accessible. But there's clips up on the website, so you can actually preview 30 seconds of.
Let me go pull it up.
So I was 22 when that album came out, and I don't ever remember listening to it back then. Did it come out in the States?
Yeah, it would have come out in the States.
What label in the States would it have been on?
So it was put out on Gull Records, which was kind of an imprint of Decca at the time. So it's out there. It's definitely out there, but it didn't make that much of a noise at the time. But it's just accumulated this kind of cult status now as being one of the seminal recordings of that year. In fact, NME, New Musical Express, ranked it as one of the top albums of 1976, in amongst some of the other big stuff that came out that year. So
Now,
interesting that a transition musically, because that year obviously there was still a lot of prog, a lot of fusion stuff with obviously Weather Report and Chick Corea and all the fusion guitar players and bands and Al Di Meola and stuff. And then of course we know the Ramones, Patti Smith, all that punk and new wave was like crossing over to some people, pushing away the proggy frenetic stuff and just going in different. So it was that little transition period for some people, pushing away the Scorpions and things like that too, you know.
Yeah, and also England, well, the UK in 1976 wasn't much fun. There was a lot of crap going down, you know, strikes, power cuts,
and that's really kind of fueled punk. Exactly.
Yeah. So this was a real kind of sort of injection of color. We're actually putting this on as a live show. We're doing 2 shows in November. We're recreating the album with a live orchestra, with a young chap called Binker Golding guesting as the saxophonist. We're doing one down here in Chichester, and then we're doing one at the Barbican in London as part of the London Jazz Festival, which is bonkers, because this is uncharted territory for me. I don't know what I'm doing. I just said to this guy, how easy would it be, as I was going through Neil's archives up at the Guildhall School of Music, I said, how easy will it be to put this on live to celebrate the 50th? And he was like, yeah, we can do that. So we're doing it. So it's a shame you're not local.
Are you going to record it or anything like that, or?
No, we're not going to record it.
No. Okay. Gotcha.
Well, someone will probably at the board do a
Mazzy, read between the lines.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do recording.
The Barbican's a great venue.
Now, to put this all in perspective, now, how did the first one you put out do? Like, did the response was as good as you expected it to be?
So, are you talking about the Courtney Pine or the Neil Yardley?
No, Neil Yardley. The Courtney Pine. Well, you could say both.
The Courtney Pine, obviously, as a new label, someone who's never done this before, I went, yeah, I'll do 1,000. 1,000 will be an easy sell. I've got about 50, 60 copies left, which is not bad at all 2 years down the road.
No.
The Neil Yardley just exploded because it was such. I mean, the Courtney Pine was a beautiful cut. The Neil Yardley Harmony of the Spheres was completely just blew up because, you know, you guys covered it. Mazzy did a fantastic piece on it. Mark Ward at Tracking Angle just wrote a just beautiful piece about it. But it's all backed up by the fact that it's an awesome cut, and it's, you know, the feedback that we've had. And then, of course, that feedback just sort of filters down and trickles down into this. And I've already announced the next 2 on the website that are coming out after this. I didn't have this on this wasn't on my bingo card when I opened up the shop 8 years ago. This was not, you know, it was going to be carry on working in the film industry. And when I'm not on set, I'll be in the record shop. I had no intention to start a label, but now it's my waking thought. It's the last thing I think about when I go to bed. It's so highly recommended.
So
after this,
here,
are you going to
right here? So here are the 3 you have produced, and this is coming out in December, the 3rd. But here are the other 2 you've announced.
So that's 2. It's part of that sort of Canterbury jazz prog rock vibe. So Jeff Klein, who was a bassist for Tubby Hayes, beautiful bassist. I mean, everyone just is, it's incredible. And then Pepe Lima was the instrumental vocalist, so there's no there's no words in it. It's a bit like Mazzy, in your video you mentioned that the Harmony of the Spheres had that kind of ethereal, almost Star Trek woo. That's what she's doing on this, which she did on the last album. And then that last one on the far right hand side, that's our new t-shirt design, which is a little bit of a piss take of Chad Kasem's Buy Now, Cry Later. And I actually thought, no, we're making records. Cut now, slay later.
I'm gonna order one of those. Do you make XXL?
Do I make XX? You're not an XXL.
Oh God, I'm a big dude. I'm big.
How tall are you?
Wide shoulders wise.
All right, yeah, I got a double XL. So you and Maz will get one of those anyway.
Now,
and then the first 10 pre-orders will get a t-shirt. They just got to let me know what their sizes are.
Awesome. Now here, by the way, someone had mentioned this. So I picked up this album. I don't know if you know this album. And someone said Canterbury. Do you? Let me make myself big.
I don't know that record.
I don't know if Craig knows this record or any of these artists. Someone said Canterbury.
Trevor Tompkins. Yeah, I know the artist, but I don't know the album. What year was that?
It's on, for the US, it's on Europa Records.
What year?
All right.
1982. I think this might be similar stuff. I haven't even listened to it yet. I found it yesterday and I saw it goes for a little bit of dough. So that's why I picked it up.
Yeah, the whole sort of Canterbury jazz prog rock scene from that era, sort of mid 70s onwards, is definitely one that you should actually just take a little bit of a deep dive into, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Some of it actually will already be known to you. You just didn't put the two together.
Yeah. Well, I'm on my journey through vinyl, so that's how it all works, I believe.
We're all on your journey through vinyl.
Yeah. And Michael P. Dawson, I think, knows more than anybody.
He's the guy that knows. Watch his Friday morning videos.
Hello, Michael's right, because Turning Point used to actually support National Health on tour. So he's absolutely on the money there. So yeah, we're doing those. We picked up the tapes last week, 14 tapes for 2 albums, and none of them were labeled correctly. So Casper at Gearbox basically had to just go through them all, and we sort of deduced which was the actual, the tape that we needed. That took about 3 or 4 days, and then we go to Gearbox on the 20th and cut those over 2 days.
And
congratulations!
And just so how far ahead you're looking, how many other albums do you have in your planning out? 10.
10. Wow. Like how many? Like 2 a year, 4 a year?
So Kaleidoscope of Rainbows will be our second this year. We start Turning Point, both come out on Friday the 13th of Feb. So that's 2 already, 6 weeks into the year. I'm waiting on 3 licenses pending from Universal, which is taking forever, literally forever. But I'm not giving up. And
with Universal, you can get tapes in the UK, huh?
Yeah. We're waiting on tapes. The thing that's slowing this one, the thing that's slowing this one down is that the artist is a UK artist, and it was a UK release, but they were signed to MCA America. So there's a lot of to and fro between London and the US, and then there's this whole Universal restructuring thing, and people that were working there are now not working there, and it's just like, come on.
Now,
but it'll happen.
I think I remember you saying to me, like, we need proof of concept, so to speak, with these labels. And based on what you've done with the first 2 releases, that this has given them confidence to work with you. Or are you experiencing that? Or you're just going through the same rigmarole that you did before?
No, it's getting easier. So we're now having discussions with Sony as well about a couple of RCA titles. Which I'm very excited about.
Sony America doesn't give tapes at all, but maybe in the UK it's different.
Well, it's predicated on if it's a UK act and the tapes are in the UK, it's easy. If the
Yeah.
tapes are not in the UK, if the tapes are in Burbank or somewhere, forget it. They're not
Yeah.
going to ship
Out here,
tapes
they're
halfway
not.
across the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Well,
we're going to get to 10 titles, and then I'm going to sort of sit down, regroup, and think, right, what's next? We're going to do 10 more. Are we going to diversify? Are we going to step away from jazz, maybe? But at the moment, the plan is get to AOR 010.
I don't know
And then
what
see
has
where
not been reissued, but I'm a huge fan of the late '60s, early '70s, the British folk scene. You know, obviously Pentangle, Fairport Convention. I know a lot of that stuff has been reissued to some great extent, to some not so great extent. All that stuff. So they're probably out there cheap. So I don't know if that's even worth it. But I love that whole the British.
well,
I'm all choked up here. The British folk scene, you know, folk rock crossover, Sandy Denny's of the world, all that stuff.
I
you know.
might be reaching out. Obviously, I have my friend who has a label, but one thing that I have is I want to reissue something. I've already tried with one title, and I got pretty far with it, I think, but it just kind of hit a wall. So I picked another record I'm going to try. So we'll
It's
see
really
what
hard
What was
doing
the-
comps.
what-
Like that pumping vinyl record is a comp, so I don't think you can get all the
happens.
individual.
It's not that.
releases.
What? I mean, if you can say, Rob, what was the wall that you hit?
Well, I found the guy managing the estate of the artist. And he was in fact, he shared with me other stuff he wants to put out. I think he's elderly. I don't think, but the one title, a fairly sizable company, I wouldn't say a major label, has the rights to at least the CD of it. But I have to think he kind of thought, well, maybe I'll do it myself. And I kind of pushed that with him. But I kind of think the contract with the CD might involve the vinyl. So maybe that's the wall I hit. But yes, Azzy.
You know, what would be a good thing, and I don't know who owns the rights and all this stuff, but for someone in the UK and to match the labels, get the analog tapes to the Pink Island stuff, like John Martin, Fairport Convention, those Pink Island records that are so in demand, Traffic, the very first ones. So I don't know who owns.
But that's Who owns that now?
I don't know. Who owns Island?
That Island, that's Universal. That all comes under the Universal banner.
But every time I know all the Americans, including myself, go to England, they want Pink label, those for analog recordings.
In my experience, Mazzy, it doesn't change the value of people wanting those and the value of those.
No, but the Pink, but they're far superior than the American counterparts.
But getting back to me, Mazzy, which this is about, but the second title that I've kind of found,
I can't handle this abuse.
The second title I found is kind of, I'm going to reach out to the person who I think has it. So that's my next step.
Okay.
So Maz, if you've got my email,
Craig.
why don't you send me some titles, because it doesn't cost me anything to put in a license request.
Yeah. Okay.
And it doesn't cost anything for them to say yes or no. It's
It'd be
only then
cool
when you.
And I'm being selfish for myself. I don't know what the market is, but I know everyone wants these Pink. But if they did okay, I'm doing 5 of the best Pink label ones, not necessarily the biggest sellers, but those like Leave and Leash. It's been released, but there's not a great sounding version of it really that I know of a reissue of that record.
I don't know.
I
don't know if the world will be a better place with Mazzy Records, the label, exists.
I think if there's I think it should only be encouraged to have more independent labels out there doing stuff, because otherwise the majors are going to be sat on this stuff, and every year they're sat on this stuff, these tapes are degrading. So,
well, I think your passionate success is a great example to people, and the product speaks for itself. And other people we know, like Whatcom Brown, is putting out that Pepper Adams record. I think the entrepreneurial spirit is out there for us and a good example. And I've had this thought already before this stuff, and it's I want to try it. I want to see what it's like, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for the money because I know I just want to see if I can do it. That would be a good reachable goal for me.
Don't ever go into it for the money, because
Okay.
if you want to make $1,000 making records, you're going to have to spend two. There is literally no money in it, and it's such a slow burn that by the time you've actually recouped your costs, you're 3 or 4 years down the line, and bills have had to be paid. So
you know more than I do, and being in aspects of the movie business, that I've had friends that have made movies and they had success and they have not made money. So I have that example in front of me as people who produce stuff. And I made a short film that is not, short films don't make money. So I get it. I understand all that. I want the experience of doing it. That's what I want. At this stage of my life, that's what I would like,
Yeah, and also, without getting too deep about it, we're only here for a finite amount of time. Tomorrow isn't assured. And I just had this idea, wouldn't it be great to put a record out? And I enjoyed the process so much that I was kind of like, shit, let's do this again. And then I enjoyed that so much that I was kind of like, yeah, well, this is, so if I wake up one morning and I'm just like, this is too much hassle, if it suddenly becomes a grind, if it suddenly just becomes like wading through mud, through licensing, then obviously I've got something to fall back on. But I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yes, Mazzy, you're muted, which is perfect.
Sorry. Yeah, isn't there happening right now in England this vinyl convention that Michael 45 and Chad Kassem's there for, and Michael Fremer happening this week or last week?
That's in the Netherlands. That's the Making Vinyl convention over in Haarlem. They're all over there. I was supposed to go.
But you're not?
I was supposed to. No, I was not. Unfortunately, so on the last film that I was on, some of my equipment got damaged. So I'm in the middle of a loss adjustment process, and I'm just, there's a lot of moving parts. So I'm just kind of like, no, I can't be in Holland this week. I can't sit there in a panel with them talking about bio vinyl. When my own opinions of it are so already sort of locked in. I don't need someone to sit there for 2 hours, someone to try and convince me that it's great when it's not.
Oh, you were invited to speak?
No, just to listen.
Oh.
No, crikey, you wouldn't know. The problem I've got with biovinyl is I've got probably 10 times more test presses per release than I would normally need. I've actually shifted pressing plant now, because the pressing plant that we're using for this don't use biovinyl. So they do the test presses on the actual grade of vinyl that you have spec'd your final product.
So that's a thing. That's a thing with test pressings, is they put it on the biovinyl?
With one pressing plant, I asked them to not do that, and they said, no, it's by default, our test pressings are on biovinyl. They're pushing it. And it's like, well, the carbon footprint of that biovinyl, I had to do so many different test presses, like 3 or 4 cuts, that its carbon footprint is instantly diminished, because that's 10 lots of raw materials, that's 10 couriers, 10 planes. These guys who pressed this knocked it out the park on the first batch of test presses, because it was exactly the vinyl that I'd spec'd for the release. So not to take anything away from the other pressing plant, because their presses are amazing, but it's very difficult to sit and judge the quality of an audiophile release if you're listening to it through clicks and pops.
Exactly.
It's like going to a Jaguar car dealership for a test drive, and the guy walks you out into the forecourt, and there's like a little Skoda, little car, Eastern European car, and you say, well, that's the Skoda, I came here for a Jaguar. And it's like, yeah, well, the concept's the same, 4 wheels, makes broom broom noises, and it's like, no, I want to hear my record on the vinyl that it's going to be pressed on.
I don't even think you need to make an example because, I mean, that seems inane. It seems ridiculous that they would make a test pressing on a product that is noisy.
Well, test pressings are noisy generally anyway. I mean, you're very, I've got test presses. So I got some test presses that I was given when I was at Abbey Road for something that's recently come out, and they sound amazing. But generally, because the pressing plant, the pressing machine, they're constantly making test presses all day. It's like this project, press 10, take out the metalwork, let it cool down, get the next load of metalwork for the next project loaded up, press 10, let it cool down. So they're constantly heavy rotating. So the actual pressing machine is never really at the proper temperature. Some people might disagree, but I have it on good authority that a pressing machine really only reaches optimum temperature after it's pressed about 40 or 50 discs. Then you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're only pressing 10 discs, that's where the sort of noise and the non-fill and all that kind of crap and nonsense comes in, because it's not at the optimum temperature. And then even before it gets remotely close to that optimum temperature, it's time to turn it off, cool it down, and load up the next project for those test presses. So test presses aren't the holy grail. They're not the hot stamper that everyone wants. They are not without problems. So then to compound the issue by then putting it on biovinyl, and I absolutely agree with the principle behind it. Of course I do. But I'm just saying, look, if you're gonna do test presses on biovinyl, give the machines a bit more time to heat up. Don't be in a rush to do 6 batches an hour. Maybe do 3 batches an hour and give the machine, because
that's financial. It's all money. It seems
yeah,
like
but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a big label. This is privately funded. These projects are really, can I afford to do them? If I can, I'll do them. If I can't, I won't. So it's like and every time you do a bunch of test presses, that's like $300-400 gone.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey,
they don't. Go on, Matt.
Can I get permission from you in a future video to use the term crikey? I like to use British terms, but I've never used crikey.
Isn't that Australian?
No,
I hear
it's ours.
It's British.
Yeah, crikey.
Yeah.
Cool,
but
blimey.
I haven't used it. Can I use it? Do you mind?
Well, I'm using a snippet of you on our website for our review section, so
Okay.
of course you can.
Hey, Mazzy,
Thanks,
I'll make you big, Mazzy, if you can do like a thing so Craig can take the picture and put a quote from you about his record.
I haven't heard the new record yet, so I'll have to wait till here.
Well,
but Analog October, crikey, what a fucking great label. There you go.
By the way, that T-shirt is awesome. Everyone should order that T-shirt. Again, like Craig said, if you're the first people to pre-order, you get a shirt. But I want to order that shirt. That shirt is good.
Yeah. Well, how tall are you, Rob? 6'4"?
6'4", but I have wide shoulders. That's why I need XXLs.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming up. You're more than welcome to come up anytime you want. Just let me know. And
I think I'm doing a stream with someone on Sunday, and we'll be sort of getting more into the meat and potatoes of the whole licensing process. And it's not as straightforward as just saying, "Can I do this?"
That's the thing that you read, as we know, and it is frustrating for us too. There's certain titles we all want, but when you read, whether it's YouTubers or whether it's Hoffman forums or any of the forums, why don't they? They're always putting the same title. Why don't they put this or that? And the tapes is just a small part of it, not really a small part. But when you talk about management and labels and who owns publishing and the artist agreeing on anything, it's a full-time gig, as you know. Or it can be.
I wasn't really interested in doing reissues of reissues. I've got more than enough copies of Kind of Blue, Asia. you know, and I'm not falling into that trap of buying stuff just because it's the latest version. This album here, if you go to Forced Exposure, they actually have this was licensed and reissued a few years ago, and they still actually have a couple of copies left. When I first heard it, when I first saw it, I thought it was a bootleg. So that was kind of because it's a special album. Yeah, because it. Well, I don't know if you can see. Can you see that there?
Is that the other version?
This is the other version. This isn't my version. When they scanned the sleeve, they didn't take the price sticker off. That's actually baked into the actual sleeve. That's so every copy has it. They tried to cover it with the hype sticker, but that's actually sticker residue from the original sleeve.
Yeah, can we send them a bottle of this? Can we send them this?
No, because it's actually they scanned when they recreated the sleeve. I know. Oh, okay. Oh no, funny guy. So yeah.
No, I before
in his own mind.
I mean that's again. I mean, in our business, Craig, you fire that person. That person is automatically fired.
Yeah, yeah. That's just like you. Even on a glancing look, you just go, what the. No. Yeah. This we went back to the original 4 sheets of color separation film for this. They were found in a tube rolled up for 50 years. And I was like, wow. You mean I don't have to do any scanning and tidy up in Photoshop? Turns out I had to do a little bit of post in Photoshop because some of the sheets had shrunk in different ratios to the others, because that's what that kind of acetate film stuff does over the years. But when it lined up and it just popped, I was like, yeah, this is good. So yeah, I'm not interested in doing reissues. The main point of the label, guys, and I think Mazzy hit the nail on the head when he did the Harmony of Spheres review, is I want the listener to sort of question, how did I get this far without hearing this? How did I not know about this? You know. And
right.
You're also asking, you know, customers to take a punt on an unknown commodity. If they don't know it, they're not going to buy it. That's why Kind of Blue and Blue Train and you know, all the other stuff is so easy to sell, because there's familiarity to it. So that's why I've completely revamped the website, put clips up so you can actually have a listen, and I do really detailed write-ups on why I'm doing it. And
I think that's why Bandcamp is awesome. You can hear the music. That's why, like Sam Records, they do that same exact thing. They put the little clips up so you can hear it. But
I don't want to put the whole thing up.
No.
But 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's
30 seconds.
That's what you need. I think people get so bogged down in like my feeling is people want familiarity. That's what they want. Yeah. It's easy for them to make a decision. So, but you know, that's
but then you have your true fans though. So like Mazzy's clearly bought something by the Beatles numerous times. You've probably got a Beatles record that you've got every single version and flavor that was ever brought out.
You think?
Well, how many copies? Rubber Soul, Mazzy. How many copies do you have of Rubber Soul?
I mean, I probably have at least. I mean, I have at least 20 of every Beatle album, probably more in some cases. And it's obviously pressings, different pressings. A lot of it's cover art. I mean, the cover variations and things. And you know, obviously the American Capitol, and then the American Stereo Capitol, which has a different intro, and obviously configurations. The UK, the mono, the stereos, and you know, countless.
All right, I have to roll. I have to wrap things up because I have to get going. But I appreciate Craig coming up here, and you're welcome anytime. Reach out anytime with any information about it.
This is a breaking news story. A breaking news story that has nothing to do directly with vinyl, and and a lot of people don't give a shit about Starbucks. But in Seattle, the 2 of the major roasteries They have the mega stores, the one at Capitol Hill, the one in the Seattle Center, by the corporate headquarters, the big kind of modernist stores, mid-century stores. We do our record store day meetup right after we do record store day every year. They just closed them both. And like,
No.
those are like signature, that's like closing the Fifth Avenue Apple store or something, you know? So it's kind of sad, even though I know people like to dub on Starbucks, I get that. But this, anyway, it's a major thing in Seattle.
All right.
So
Well, that's sad to hear. But thanks for coming up, and I appreciate everyone hanging out with us. And next Tuesday,
you've gone over your 2 hours. That the
well,
jazz
no,
band's gonna
I mean we could go on forever, but I just have I have stuff to get going and doing. So
yeah, me too.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
nice to see you, Craig. Nice to see you, Rob.
All right,
Take care.
take care, everyone.
Mazzy,
Bye-bye.
take care, guys. Bye bye.